Hello. Me again, that woman who keeps popping up and down in your feed every now and again. I'm back, as you can see. Jan, Urban Gypsy Crochet, which is there. I need to change the board actually, because I'm now one half of Lancashire Crafty Lasses. Sorry to keep plugging on about that, but so many people are used to me having an Etsy shop, which I no longer have. Yes, I sold quite a lot of things through it, but I just don't like their policies and their charges and their issues about free postage and stuff. But I've gone into all that before, so I'm not going to bore you again. So Kelly and I decided that we would make our own webpage, Lancashire Crafty Lasses, which I will put a link down below. Right? As you know, I have been a very, very poor half of the Lancashire Crafty Lasses because I went through, well, I discussed it in another video, so I don't need to go through it again, but I went through a sad depression. When I say sad depression, I don't mean sad depression, I mean SAD. It's seasonal affective disorder or something like that. It means when the sun doesn't shine, my brain doesn't kick into gear. A lot of people seem to suffer from it, so I'm not on my own, so I'm not harping on about it. But I do feel it's important in these days of like mental health awareness to mention these things instead of like I usually do, which is brush things under the carpet and not mention them. Anyway, sun's shining today. It's a glorious day. Kelly did ask me was I going to video out on the decking, but even though it's absolutely beautiful out there, it's freezing. So I didn't want to have to wear my big coat, you know, my fur hood and everything while I sat out there to video. So I decided to just come on anyway. Not got a lot to say, not got a lot to tell you really, except changes in my professional life. As I said before, Kelly and I have formed this webpage, which please will you take a look at. Even if you don't want anything, just please take a look. And recommend us to your friends if you know anybody who wants any crochet. We've decided to put a bit more oomph into our promotional skills, let's say, of which I seem to be severely lacking in. Kelly's just made a live video, but I don't think she showed anything in it yet. I'm going to do little segments of videos. I don't know whether you think it's a good idea or not, but we do, where I'm just showcasing things that I've got for sale, or we've got for sale I should say, not just me, on our shop. So I'm going to make a video showcasing this jacket, which I would be putting on. We do have a YouTube video page actually for the Lancashire Crafty Lasses. So I do hope that you will look and subscribe to. You know, it will help to get our profile more views, things like that. Helps to raise the profile, doesn't it? Get more people to watch us, which is what I'm all about really. Not that I'm not all about making videos to chat to you, but when push comes to shove, you know, I would like to make a little bit of extra money. Because as I said before, I've got curtains and paint to buy for my bedroom when it finally gets painted. Anyway, I'm still crocheting the jacket in mustardy colour. I've done the back and I have now done the two fronts. I quite like the pattern stitch. It's a nice pattern stitch. You can see it. The yarn I got from Lolly's Lolly's Lil Wool Shack. If you're in the UK, then you will be able to purchase it. But so sadly, she doesn't export like abroad or anything like that. I'm using the Peto double knit. Whoops, if you can see it. Keep turning it the wrong way, don't I? Peto double knit, which is acrylic double knitting. And it says it's made in by Signet Yarns and it's made in Bradford in the UK. Oh, I've got a flippy bit on my dress. So that's a change, isn't it? Getting something made in the UK. Usually when I look at the label, they're made in Turkey, made in Italy, made wherever, whatever. but this one actually says it's made by Signet Yarns. I'm using a 450 hook. The pattern isn't for a 450 hook, but as I'm using different yarns, I mean, that is a problem with me being in the UK. A lot of the yarn thicknesses kind of from the US are a 4 thickness. Now, 4 thickness sort of doesn't exist in the UK. We have a double knit, which is more of a 3. And then we have an Aran, which is more of a 5, really, unless you can find a fine Aran, which is more of a 4. So every time I make anything, I have to do a bit of jiggly-pokery, you know, to get the sizes right. So I'm using double knit for this, but it should have been, it just says medium weight yarn 4. It's from the book I think I showed you before, The Crochet Closet by Lisa Gentry. Some very nice things inside it. And I'm doing the Blue Heaven cardigan. But now I'm going to start the sleeves. I'm going to do what I call normal sleeves, like narrow sleeves. I'm not doing these big, wide, bell-shaped sleeves. I've made one in blue with the bell-shaped sleeves, and to be honest with you, it gets in the way, you know. It just really bugs me. And I've not really got a lot to say, really, except I decided I would try to start to make more videos. But as I'm not a very prolific crocheter, although you might think I do, but I'm not really. I don't have like finished objects to show you every time I make a video. So it makes me feel as though, why am I making a video? You know, and I've got nothing really to show. But then I thought, no, I'm going to get out the habit of making videos again. If I only make videos each time I've got something to show. Yeah? Are you with me so far? Are you following? Keep it up. As you can tell, I'm more or less back to normal. I still have my down bits when I get dizzy. I've still got that damn vertigo. Sorry for swearing. But it goes for 2 or 3 days, and then I get up in the morning and it's like, whoa, what happened there? And then I can be dizzy all day, and then the following day I get up and it's gone. I think it's stemming from my ears, to be quite honest with you. But trying to get an appointment with my GP is like trying to get an audience with the Pope, you know. Then he says when I get there, why have I not seen you for ages? And I'm like, that's your receptionist, because I can never get an appointment. And so I'm going to try sort of recording, 2 or 3 videos on the run, so you'll probably see me wearing the same outfits. And then I can schedule them to appear later in the week. That way, when I don't feel like making a video, I'll have videos like in the planning, if you know what I'm saying. It's the same with these little videos I'm going to be making, describing what we've got on offer for sale in our shop. Because if such a thing as it does get sold, I will write on the video that it's being sold. But, if you want to order or something like that, get in touch. So that's what I'm going to be concentrating on doing today. I wish I could go outside because it's an absolutely beautiful day out there. But it's cold. Jan does not do cold. I don't do shivers. I don't do anything. Trying to be organised, I actually got myself a crochet project book. Which I'm going to start writing things down, like what I used, how many balls I used, who it was from, who it was for, what size hook I used, because I'm always getting questions in the comments, below, from like a video 4 or 5 months ago, saying, oh, we love this, which pattern did you use, and which yarn did you use, what hook did you use, and I'm like, gone. The old brain doesn't retain things like that. So it means I've got to go scrambling about looking for the pattern, scrambling about looking for something else. And sometimes I think, I'm not in the mood for doing this. So if you don't get a reply, it's not because I don't want to reply, it's because of the mood I was in on that day, and then I forget. So I'm going to start, like you say, keeping a kind of not really a diary, because it's not day to day or anything like that. Just a list of projects I've made, who I made them for, whether it was for myself personally, or whether it was where I got the yarn from. Because as you know, if I get any gifts of yarn, I tend to only use them for myself. I think it's a bit cheeky, you know, if I use yarn that somebody's sent to me to make something to sell. That's just not... It's like putting an unwanted Christmas present on eBay, isn't it? You know, to me that's not right. No, not right. So, but that's just me. Maybe people who donate yarn to me wouldn't mind, but hey-ho, hey-ho. So anyway, Kelly and I have been doing a lot of chatting this week about the business and about what our plans are and about we need to rally round the flag, girls, you know, be a bit more productive. Our main problem is because we live like a taxi ride away from each other. And as neither of us are on mega bucks, you know, we're both on budgets. You know, finding £20 for taxi fare is not always on, you know what I mean? I don't mind spending like once a month, but most of the times I can go to see Kelly are days when she can't do it because she's got other plans. So trying to get together is like, you know, what is it, the immovable force and the, or is it the immovable object? One of the, you know the saying, don't you? We never seem to get together on the same page at any one time. So we're going to try to decide to do like either a live Facebook, you know, to chat to each other. I could do with trying to get Sue on that as well, you know, so she could join in. Because Kelly and I do find, I don't know whether you find this with your crochet buddies, your crafting buddies, whatever your craft is, that if you can bounce ideas off someone who's like-minded, it stirs your imagination and keeps your the juices flowing, you know, craft-wise. And if I don't see anybody like for a week or so, my sort of crafting thoughts, ideas just hit a downslide, you know. I would dearly love to belong to a crochet club, but there just aren't any around here. My lack of transport is the big issue. Also the fact is I don't like going out at night. I'm a bit of a wimp. You know, with all that goes on these days, and I'm a bit of a wimp. Yeah, I've got lots and lots of ideas of what I would like to achieve with the rest of my life. I know I'm 74, but there's still life in the old dog yet. As I said before, Manchester is like a craft desert when it comes to any shops and things like that. We've got the beautiful shop from Countess Ablaze that does all the hand-dyed yarns and things like that. But sadly, you know, she is kind of out of my price range. And then we've got Abercarn, but they mostly deal with, they do have a big yarn section kind of thing, but they do have mostly haberdashery, which is fabrics and things like that, because that's what they're known for. They're a fabric shop, basically, that has a wool bit, yeah. But apart from that, Manchester has got nothing. I believe there's a John Lewis in the Trafford Centre, but that's so many miles away, it's so hard for me to get to. But as I've mentioned before, I would love a proper craft shop in Manchester. I don't mean the Arts and Crafts Centre because I can't afford the rental on those places. You know, you're talking £300 a month for a cupboard. And then you've got to pay the extra expenses of the lights, you know, the water rates, whatever. Rent, not rent, rates and that on top of that, yeah. And absolutely, I can't be there every day of the week, and neither can Kelly, so that idea is out of the question. And I was chatting to a friend of mine, Sonia. She's from Sonia's Crafts, I think. If you're watching this, Sonia, put your link down below. And she's managed to find somewhere like a crafting shop where she can display her things. But where she lives apparently is more of a crafting sort of community type place. But sadly, Manchester, what's wrong with you, Manchester? You're a big city. I don't know whether you're still the second city or whether somebody else has took our place, but we used to be the second city after London. And after that, I mean, if any of you know of any crafting shops in Manchester, I don't mean South Manchester, I can't get there, that are willing to display finish crochet items and that and sell on commission something, please let me know. Anyway, that's enough about me rambling on. But sorry girls and boys, I've got to do some self-promotion at some time in my life. I've got to sell things. I can't keep crocheting things and piling them all up, you know. Much as I love to crochet, you know, I've got to have an out the other way. And sadly, I'm not in the financial position to do charitable donations of things I make. Yes, I will do some hats for the homeless. And I will do some bits and bats of other things. But I'm not in the position of being able to donate garments, you know, or loads of yarn or things like that. It's sad, but it's true. But when you're on a budget, you have to do what you can do. Yeah. I know people say, oh, you've got such a lot of yarn in stash, you should give some away. That is my capital, if you know what I mean. That belongs to my business. That's my expenditure that I will draw upon to make things for the shop, yeah. I'm trying my hardest not to buy anything. I did belong to that Erin's, you know, Gimme Yarn 418, her sort of craft from stash. And so far I've been a bit of a dismal failure because I spend far too much money each month on magazines. Because I have this sort of fetish. If I see a magazine that's crocheted, I have to have it. Unless it's just full of amigurumis, and then I'm not interested. But I can't pass a store where there's, oh, crochet book, crochet magazine, gimme. Thankfully there's not been many crochet books out lately that I've wanted to buy because they've all been amigurumi type of things, yeah. So, but I've stayed away from ice yarns, stayed away from hobby. Hobium is now back and I've stayed away from hobium. I have been on lollies, but I only ordered one thing. And that is what I'm doing. My next project will be my long-awaited sister-in-law sweater from Christmas. Finally decided on a pattern. Got the yarn already because I already bought it before Christmas. So that's be my next procedure. Anyway, in the meantime, Kelly has done a live video. I think she's going to do some smaller videos as well. So look out for Crafted by Kelly X. Look out for the YouTube videos that will be appearing on Thank You Crafty Lasses YouTube, because we've got one of those, as well as we've got a Facebook. So I will put links down below. So sorry if you don't like this video because you think I'm doing a bit of self-promotion, but we're all entitled to do a little blowing of our trumpets now and again. So I'll say bye for now. Although you may see me wearing this same outfit again, doing another video. Who knows? Because I might be in the mood for making videos and make more than one. So all I will say is bye for now, and thank you for watching. Bye now.